the studios of Turnstile Records. Join us for another exciting installment of The Escape Pod. In an infinite universe of mindless podcasting, only one will reign supreme. And then there's this one.
The Escape Pod.
Welcome back to The Escape Pod. This is Jexbot.
This is Danoz.
This is Timmy Taco.
How has your week been? Dan, haven't seen you for a while, man. What's going on?
I have a house full of snot at the moment.
Great.
But apart from that, yeah, life's good.
Yeah, life is good. I went to a particular flippity stick homewares / furniture store, and they had the VR goggles.
Yeah. And
Did you try it?
Wait, we had a crack at it.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
okay.
I've done it. Makes me
Yeah.
feel sick.
And when are you getting probes on your
As
balls?
soon as possible.
When can you fuck it?
Yeah, but when can you fuck it?
Yeah,
That is the question on everybody's lips.
it sure is.
Because I've always said, and I'll say it again,
I remember you saying it.
if you're going to make a robot assistant that's going to help you around the house, you know, cook your toast, make your dinner, whatnot, be your companion. If it doesn't have a realistic vagina, you'll never be able to sell it.
Have you guys seen that UK series, Humans?
Sure have. Yes.
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, awesome. And
Yep.
she's hot.
Oh,
And he bangs her.
and she's a robot.
She's a robot.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I'll buy that for $1.
Yeah.
Ribbit.
Yeah.
Probably cost you more than $1 though.
I think so.
Doesn't matter. I think it was money well spent.
But
So
would you fuck C-3PO?
No, but she's not C-3PO.
What if
you should see?
What
You
if-
should see the series.
What if C-3PO had a woman's voice? Would you be more attracted to her?
And
Hit
does
him.
C-3PO have a realistic vagina?
Well, we can, let's see what we can arrange. I'll just give George Lucas a call and see if he had that in the plan.
Yeah.
Is C-3PO a dude?
As far as I can make out, I think he is.
Is dude like
Yeah.
great?
So
So
it's been a good week. Everyone's. Or Dan's got some snotty nosed kids. Timmy Taco's on school holidays. You're
Yep.
living it up, going
Yep.
to zoos and whatnot.
went to the
awesome.
zoo.
Yeah,
You
what
been
you
to the
think? Yeah, I told you. I think on the first ever episode that I was ever invited into the Escape Pod, I gave you a fucking half an hour synopsis on which zoos are
That's
good
right,
and
you did.
why.
Hillsville
Okay.
Sanctuary, Werribees.
Yeah.
Can't remember that. Thanks
Yeah.
for your advice.
Yeah.
I didn't use one word of it.
I think it was
Okay, good.
season passes.
Lemurs. Did you go inside the lemur enclosure?
Probably.
And
They
the
got 4 legs.
Little furry dudes with black and white tails that
Yeah.
you can walk in amongst. You
Nope.
missed it, didn't
Nope,
you?
missed that. Yep, missed
Yeah.
that.
Exit through the gift shop.
Yeah.
They don't have
Go back and
chimpanzees. Chimpanzees.
Chimpanzees.
You got your gorillas, you got
sure?
your monkeys, you got your
Mandrills.
You've
You
got
got
your
your-
lemurs, which you missed. Yeah, they've got,
got your finger monkeys,
spider monkeys.
spider monkeys. Sorry,
Yeah,
I always get those two mixed up.
yep,
But no chimps.
yeah.
no chimps.
But they
And,
make up for it with pygmy hippos.
We went up to the glass and Mason's looking in. My son is looking through the window and going, "Oh yeah, what?" Because this is the first thing we went to.
Hmm.
And we looked through the glass, and then we realised, like, right in front of the glass, unless you look through, you wouldn't notice that there was a giant gorilla
Okay.
just sitting there. He shit. Not the gorilla.
I'm sure he was shitting.
And then after that, it was sort of like, wow. Every time we went to a different enclosure, he was like, it's just, this one's just a parakeet.
No, this is
Oh, he shit himself with the lions too. The lion was sleeping, and most of the animals were sleeping. Bit disappointing,
You went there too early.
probably middle of the day.
or too late.
Oh, okay, okay.
But there was a lot of sun, so they're all like
yeah,
chilling
this is
out.
Nice. Winter is over.
lions, just asleep. And we went up to the glass. We could see them on the little grassy knoll, and I said to Mason, "Oh, look at that! They're sleeping. Look, the big cats are sleeping." And then one of them like yawned, and he kicked the glass. And we almost
No,
fell
you
over
draw them
backwards.
to us. Now they know we're here.
He also shit. There's a lot of shitting going on.
Okay. Our last episode had a hiatus on poo,
Yeah,
and shit's been brought up 3 times in 2 minutes.
It's coming back. It's coming back. I'm trying to bring it back.
That's
Wow. I deliberately didn't load up the sound effect board
good.
with farts this
Okay.
time around.
Okay, give us a little Give us a little
us
sneak
a
peek of what
taste.
you got installed for us today.
There you
Okay.
go.
Traditional.
Okay, yeah, no,
There you go.
I
Go
like it.
stick
I
with
like
the
it.
classics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope we've got a what do we call it? Fact police.
We do. And there you go.
Good.
It's not to build up the tension.
Yeah, no, that's nice.
So I don't think we prepared any wheel
Wheel of Fortune.
wheel activities, did we?
We can give it a skip.
I don't think we did.
We can give it a skip, can't we?
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Although I do want to spin the wheel.
All right.
Can
go
I
on.
spin it?
Yeah, sure.
I think that's animal cruelty.
It landed on a chicken.
It's expensive as well because you got to keep loading it up with fresh chicken.
Live chickens.
yeah.
Yeah. You got
Snooze
review.
2.0.
2.2.
Oh.
2.0.
2.0.
Oh.
Just a very quick one. If you love the Lethal Weapon franchise, there's now a Lethal Weapon TV series.
Yeah, shitting
Riggs
me.
and Murtaugh back at it.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Well, it was kind of like that.
Is it? Did they do the
Riggs! I'm coming for you, buddy! I'm not sure because I fell asleep.
All right.
But what I did see was every beat from the 4 movies. Like, I'm getting too old for this shit. My wife died in a
Cut the red wire, cut the blue wire.
I'm crazy like that.
He
I've got
dislocated his shoulder.
I've got a family.
I need to take off my shoes before I can walk on glass.
all
Yeah.
these things.
Word rigs.
Word. A lot of things like that.
Okay.
But just crammed into one pilot episode. So
Into one episode.
one episode an hour long, and
Okay.
it was pretty clever if you've seen the movies. If you know the movies and you know all the bits.
True school.
It's pretty well.
But you
done.
fell
I
asleep.
Still fell asleep. So you know.
So you actually are recommending it?
Only if you're into Lethal Weapon.
Oh, well, I'm into Bruce Willis and Professor Snape pretending to be a terrorist who wants to steal shit from
Talk
the top
about
floor.
Die Hard.
Here, Die
Are
Hard.
they
Oh
doing
no,
a
that's
Die
what I'm
Hard?
talking about, aren't I?
Yeah.
They should do a Die
Yeah.
Hard TV
Yeah.
series.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yippee-ki-yay.
Well, everyone else is like getting a remake.
They don't have to come up with anything original. So.
Franchise the shit out of that.
Yeah, so I gave it a. Well, what did I do? I got right up to the, I don't know, 20 minutes before it ended. I
So,
was just. I was
what does
about
that make
40
it?
minutes in.
Okay.
so what does that make it on
I'll
the?
make it about a. I'll just go straight down the guts. 5.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Go straight down the guts.
Any
Take it or leave
slaps?
No slaps.
Pillow. There's got to be a high pillow bite count for being a remake of a
Yeah,
classic
yeah.
movie.
Yeah, that's got a
I'll
few
give it-
pillows.
Yeah, 4 pillows because there's 4 of them.
Okay.
So
4 episodes.
4 Lethal Weapon movies.
Oh yeah, a pillow for each,
That's right.
at
Okay.
least.
And I'm not going to rewatch it,
Okay.
but I might watch one more episode.
Okay. I remember when last I was here, you mentioned that Winona Ryder
I
was
want to fuck
back.
Winona Ryder. Yeah.
was back. I think it was shortly after it was revealed that was our first ever podcast. Stranger Things.
That's
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Have you seen it?
I have watched it. Haven't watched the last episode. Please don't
okay.
spoil it.
Okay. So, how would you describe it? I'm saying it's like E.T.
Yep.
meets The Goonies.
Yep.
Meets X-Files.
Meets Stand By Me.
A little bit. A little bit.
Meets
Don't look at me. I haven't seen it.
then you got to start. Meets horror.
Mm.
Meets
Paranormal Activity.
meets.
So it's not an original idea. It's just all the ideas.
It's all the ideas.
Yeah.
It's all of
It
the
is all the
ideas.
ideas. Remember, we had an idea once to make a film about a party, and the way to get all the content for the film was to go around and ask people what's their craziest party story, and then you just put all of those stories in
All
the
the
one
stories.
party.
Well, I'm sure that's how all these beer fests and the
Isn't
like.
that how they made the movie The Party?
Sure.
John, Peter Sallis, I believe.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but I think only he could possibly make dropping a shoe into a pond and then trying to get it back as funny as he actually managed to do.
That's
And
right.
yeah, Birdie Num Num. There was a laugh there.
Mm.
So you were talking about the Snooze review, and that you put it to the test.
I did. Jeremy basically shit-panned Independence Day.
Yes.
And I thought, it can't be true. This is a big budget.
He's a hater.
Hollywood blockbuster.
It's gotta be good.
It's got to be. It's got to
billions
be.
into it.
It's got to be at least watchable.
And we loved Independence Day.
Oh, didn't we? But I want to. I want to add a new additional layer to the Snooze review.
Excellent.
I think some movies get a boo rating.
Okay.
And what I mean by a boo rating is every time America fucking has a cheering moment where it goes, yeah, America saved the fucking world,
Yeah.
it gets a boo.
Okay.
So this movie gets
75.
about 75 fucking boos. Boo!
Boo.
Oh, it just was nauseating.
You're not happy. You're
One-
not happy about it.
One
Didn't
of
they
the
do-
worst movies I've seen in a long time.
Really?
So I'm.
Well, I don't remember.
I actually went back. I went back 3 times because I thought, it's got to get better, and I kept falling asleep. So it's got a
I wanna see
coma.
what the-
It's got a
It's
coma.
Yeah, it's
Because of what you
It's
did
got-
3, you're going back for 3, so that's coma, is it?
Yeah, but it's still got minimum slaps because I didn't try and stay awake because I wasn't enjoying it. So it's got maximum pillow bites, and it gets a perfect 10 for the pillow rating too. So Independence Day, go fuck yourself.
All right, well, I'm going to watch it next, and I'll see what
I
I...
on that. That's great.
Um,
I'm just glad that it works. Finally, sometimes you've got to re-release your first idea. You've got to go to the
So
drawing
what?
board.
Like, just redo Ghostbusters, you mean?
Well, that's not a good example.
So redo...
Indiana Jones and Crystal Skull, you mean?
Oh, that hurts. Oh. Phantom Menace.
Oh.
Yeah. All the bad ones.
I did actually...
so Snooze reviews works.
just on the old Phantom Menace,
Mm.
I wanted to... A friend of mine said, if you watch the fan edit of...
I think this has come up in a
It
previous
has,
podcast.
it has. So since then, I've watched it.
Okay.
It was rank.
Okay.
They made a bad movie worse.
Really?
Whoever edited it together, had no concept of well, there's music here, so if you cut music from here, it's from silence to music, it's going to go, it's just going to cut in. It was rank.
Snippets.
They
of the
did
movie,
cut 45 minutes out of the movie,
which was good.
but I was constantly saying, because I watched it with kids, constantly saying, don't cut that out. Cut that out.
Cut
Yeah.
Jar Jar. Cut anything with Anakin Skywalker in it. So the whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and say it can't be done. It can't be re-edited to
But having said that, they managed to get a whole additional movie out of Anchorman outtakes that went off in a totally
you watch
different... well, yes. All right.
Just wondering if you watched it.
Well, let's not
because-
speak too highly of it.
So what was that called? I did watch it. What was it called
You are not right, but let's see how wrong you are. Off you go, little fella. Take your dog.
I don't know why I pressed that.
Wake Up Ron Burgundy or something?
again?
Wake up, Ron Burgundy.
What, Ron Burgundy?
Pretty bad.
Who put the question mark on the teleprompter? You know Ron reads everything he reads on that teleprompter.
It's
So,
pretty
but
bad.
it's interesting that they'd have that much footage to make a whole other movie out
It's
of.
all riffing, ad-libbing, you
Yep.
know.
Yep. Saturday Night Live.
Just go for it. Let's see what we can get.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just to change the subject here a little. I was perusing the little thing called the internet, and came across Melbourne Myths. Myths. So is this
Okay.
like a History's Mysteries?
I'd say
Could
it would
be.
be.
Did you know? No, it's not like that. It's not like that. So there's a few things that people are saying. Give a guess. What's
Melbourne
some of the myths you've heard
Melbourne.
about Melbourne? Melbourne-centric myths.
Okay.
Okay.
The audience.
Populars? There's
There-
one that's really popular that I think we'll all...
There is a
Orange.
nuclear bunker under the museum.
Nope.
They are
It's not a like wrong kind of.
the reason
scenario.
they've never
It's got to be
refurbished
something you've heard.
refurbished above Flinders Street is because they're cooking meth up there.
You've never.
I haven't heard that one either.
No.
Yeah.
Well, what about if I threw into the mix the Black Panther?
Okay.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
See?
Okay.
You see?
Yeah.
For the people that don't know, big cat stories have been around for longer than Dustin Fletcher. I
Okay.
don't know who's that.
Fullback, all-star for the Bombers. Love him.
Why put
God-
that in,
God
why put
bless
that
you,
into
Dustin
a
Fletcher.
3-sentence
It's
thing?
Melbourne
Just-
centric, and we all
Yeah.
listen.
Oh, they're
watch
trying to-
football.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Some say the
Bombers.
cat supports Victoria's mascots of an American Army unit during World War
Yes.
II, while pointing to U.S. military insignias featuring panthers and pumas. But basically, there's a black cat that is often seen.
Okay, awesome. Moving on now.
No, not the not in the Danny.
Gippsland's area.
Yep. I think it's Gippsland area.
There is, if you
and-
go onto the old internet, there is some sightings, but I don't know.
Big bloody cats.
You never know whether they're just cutting stock footage of cats that have been seen in other countries
Mm,
and then used it as an example because they're never quite clear on it.
yeah. Well,
no
it all
one
depends
knows.
on whether or not you're looking at a gum tree in the photo.
They're definitely cats.
Ish.
But you can't work
they're
out the
large.
size.
They're definitely large.
You can't work out the size.
They're fezzy.
Mm.
And I think they spent the government did some sort of what do you call those things where they waste a whole lot of money
Everything?
on researching a particular subject.
Mikey.
Investigation.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's good.
Royal Commission.
Yeah.
Royal Commission?
Those.
What do they do?
Threw money at finding out whether or not this big cat is actually
Ah,
out there.
bullshit. They did not.
They spent some money.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, well, let's
Well,
take
let's
a quick
look it up.
fact police.
Jeez. All right.
You have to go
and that's
fact yourself, though. I'm not looking that
hence
up.
the myth part of the Melbourne myth.
Sure.
The legend of the Vic Market was built on a cemetery, and thousands of bodies are underneath it.
That's true. Because they're planning, our mayor of Melbourne at the moment is planning a new multi-million-dollar redevelopment of the Queen Victoria Market.
Yes.
And they need to be a little bit careful about things like underground car parks because it's constructed
dead
on a
bodies.
Queen's
cemetery.
Victoria Market was built on the site of the old Melbourne Cemetery, which contained the bodies of up to 10,000 early Victorian settlers.
Mhm.
Yeah, right.
The cemetery became a staggered closure to make way for the market in the late 1800s after a new necropolis was opened at the Melbourne General Cemetery in North Carlton. Bodies of the prominent Victorians, such as John Batman, were exhumed from the old site. So he was buried there, was he? There you go.
Yep.
Many colonial remains dating back to 1837 remain under the site, providing the haunted headaches of developers and policymakers alike.
Do you think they should renovate the Queen Vic Market, or do
Why
you
not?
like it just the way it is?
I don't give a shit. I reckon it's like the Caribbean Gardens Market, but in the city,
No,
plus fruit,
no.
plus
Dead
No, but
bodies.
have you been to
Buskets.
Prahran Market?
nope.
Well, they renovated that and they made it all clean and shiny and
Right.
totally ripped its soul out and took a big fucking dump on it. And
Didn't they rip the soul out of the cemetery by putting a market on the?
no, they just yes, I guess
Yeah.
they did.
yes.
There was that. Yes.
So
I know what you're saying.
There's
I
a
know
bit
what
of
you're
a
saying.
movement saying, "Hey, look, we like the ambience. It's
The rustic,
it's a
old
tourist
school-
draw card. People can go there and buy reasonably priced fish.
For reasonably priced
Dinner.
Okay, so yeah, well, there you go.
So they're going to
So that is a fact.
they'll chuck the rents up and they'll make
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
all
but things,
clean
yeah,
and
that's
then-
it. As soon as things look good, it goes up. Like, have you been to Chadstone to shop? Local shopping
Try to avoid it.
centre?
It's about to double in size.
It is. It's ever
The theatre has
changing.
been
Closed for about 2 years.
at least
What's that?
2 years.
What's that?
The theatre.
The
it?
theatre.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just about to, well,
It must
halfway
be.
through next year, or I think
'Cause
halfway
that
through next year it
was
reopens.
Fucking massive, that thing.
Well, it's about to
old
become
one.
a whole new kind of massive.
This week's Escape Pod is proudly brought to you by Hoyts.
Go see a movie
Chadstone,
today.
The fashion capital.
The snooze review capital. Points.
Caribbean Gardens.
Here,
The
take-
Zoo. Melbourne.
Here,
that's right. That's
take
right.
2 of these. Little, yellow, different.
Oh, different. Crown Casino.
Oh, here we go again.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Oh, we are talking about
You've got a Crown Casino story. As soon as we get to that.
Sure.
Crown Casino has its own morgue to deal with the deaths in the hotel and gaming floor.
And staff members.
Okay.
Well, how do you feel about that?
I'm nonplussed.
Yeah. You'd think that that's a reality or a non-fake
I just don't personally give a shit.
reality?
I think that's good design.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, if people are going to croak, you might as well have somewhere to put them.
Yeah.
They
And then
say
we're just going to put them in the fridge.
They deny the existence of the morgue, but I know for a fact that a friend of our oldest brother, Coogs, was on suicide watch or the crisis cleaning.
Crisis cleaning.
So
No, he's a happy dude. He wasn't
No.
on suicide watch. He
No.
was crisis cleaning.
Correct.
Yes.
Coogs was crisis cleaning
yes.
and
yes.
had been called there several times
Coogs
to
crisis cleaning.
scoop the brains out of the light fittings at
Yeah.
Crown Casino today. So
Okay.
maybe they didn't need a morgue. They just needed a biological hazmat waste bin.
Speaking of gambling, fancy a quick round of paper, scissors, rock?
Oh yeah,
bloody
let's
oath.
gamble
All
that. All right.
All right.
Okay, ready?
I bet I'll win.
Okay.
Ready?
1, 2,
two,
scissors! Oh!
These guys cut me.
Your cat. Don't be so cat.
Yeah, don't be so cut. It's
so
okay.
cut all the
You
time.
guys, man.
Now, we're still in myth
Oh,
mode.
so wait, the casino, my casino story.
Oh, your casino story. Yeah,
Because I'm not a great gambler. Like, I don't win, so I don't gamble, which is pretty reasonable. But you can't win unless you try.
You can't play. You can't win unless you.
Something like that. I do the.
No pain, no gain.
I do the Melbourne Cup. There you go. Come to Melbourne. Around Spring Carnival time. Is it Spring Carnival? Sure it is.
Why not?
And went into the casino on a hot date. It was not my wife. It
Not a
wasn't
hot-
my wife.
Oh, I thought you said hot day.
Hot date.
Oh,
It
hot
was-
date.
But it just opened.
And it
the
wasn't your
casino.
wife.
This is
I'm
a lie.
not sure you should talk about this in public.
It's fine.
Continue.
Didn't
Okay.
end well. What year was that? It must have been
I don't know, 1980.
something or other. Walked in, found $100
Woohoo!
on the ground, put my foot on it, took it home. I was.
That was it, you were
by
up.
the time I got my taxi home.
You didn't.
$70
You
up.
didn't bet it away.
I did 2-up. I did a $5 2-up when they had it there.
And
50-50, and I won $5 back. And then I went.
you bet 50.
It was a $5.
I go 50 on one, 50 on the other. I lost $50 that day.
Yeah. I did really. Yeah,
But I just wanted to win. You know what I mean? I just wanted to have that feeling.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so
I don't. I've never been to the casino to bet. Do you? Have you? Do you do that? Do you ever go past those RSL things and go, "Oh, I'll chuck in $2. I might win."
I have been to the casino many times, but I've only once ever gambled. I was walking on my way to a restaurant, and we walked past a roulette table, and I went, "Do you know how to play this?" And I go, and he goes, "Oh, yeah, you just chuck something on a number, and then they'll spin it."
Was that the dealer that was saying that to you?
No, just a dude I was with.
Okay.
So I put $5 down. They gave me a chip,
Here you go.
$5 chip. Yeah.
and I put it down on a black
72.
72.
Board only goes up to 42, sir.
He spun it. It wasn't black 72.
Shit.
And I walked off.
Yeah.
Fuck. They kept the cheap. They
Yeah.
kept the little cheap.
Yeah.
I do have, to tie it all back to Necropolis, if you're down there at Springvale, if you ever have the misfortune of going down there for a day.
It's a beautiful
great
cemetery.
down there,
a
but-
botanical cemetery.
You're there for the wrong reasons when you do go down there.
Yeah.
If you're there for the botanicals,
You're not
there for-
sightseeing. You're there for a funeral.
Yeah, it's a great collection of roses.
Mm.
Over 6,000 varieties of rose.
And soil that's so rich you could.
Some of the cleanest water
rich.
in all of Victoria.
Just near the.
This is fucking weird.
Yeah, this is
is
quite
getting
strange.
weird.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go with the.
But with the gambling thing, it's like, so we went for beers after a particular funeral, and in the gambling hut thing where the TAB, the thing,
The RSL, you mean?
yeah, they've got how to raise a child or child awareness magazines, right?
And a gambling place.
Yeah, just all up in there, like.
Just to be sure, we're covering all bases. This is the liability thing.
I'll post that up.
Gotta
'cause I've
have
got
the
that photo.
liability thing.
So you've got the magazine and you're looking straight through to the gambling hut.
Right. Yeah.
I won $2 that night.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Because you fell for it. You
Well,
had to
I went
go in
around.
there.
I wanted to see what it was.
I was reading up on children,
Right, Dad.
and yeah.
I walked around, checking in the machines. I went to a $2 machine, but I put a $1 coin in. You got to put $2 coins or something like that, and it fell straight through. It did one of those numbers. You know when you put it in straight down the slot. I went, okay, well that's $1 earned, I guess, and went into reach in there. There was another $1. So
There you
I'm
go.
$101 up from gambling.
That's it. I still always check the old telephone
Do you?
coin.
Where's the
slot.
telephones, Tim?
Well, you know what I mean. Like, let's just say you got
Vending
your
machines.
vending machines. You got your
Pinball machines.
you've got your
I should go-
tampon machines.
I should go fuck myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's aliens landing in Clayton in 1966.
Oh, yes, at
Yeah.
Westall Secondary College.
No need to tell you about that then.
Yes.
If
no,
you
let's
don't know
go.
about it.
Go into it for just a
100
pinch.
hundreds of
It's,
200, 200 witnesses.
Yeah.
UFO hovered over Clayton South, where Jexbot,
That's
you
where I live.
preside, then landed in a paddock on April 6, 1966. There's a lot of sixes.
666 Tim.
Pupils from two state schools witnessed the mysterious event. Two of them spoke in 2010. Sorry, the font's getting smaller for
I
some
thought
reason.
you were having a stroke.
No, some of them. Purple chickens and monkeys. Saucer-shaped craft after a touchdown in a field near the cricket oval. Apparently, basically, they've all run to the fence. They've all chickadee-checked it out. Teachers, everybody saw it. Then, allegedly, because I've seen a documentary since,
Yes,
they
there's another
called
one
them
making in production at the moment.
sick. So they called them all into the scout hall and said, "You guys didn't
If
see
you ever
nothing."
see-
Let me just say that everybody out there saw nothing.
Yep.
It was a weather balloon.
And from then on, part of the school uniform was everyone had to wrap tinfoil around their heads.
Yeah, from then on.
No, darling. No, darling.
No,
You did-
no, sweetie. Yeah. Can't go to school today. We're all out of tinfoil. So that's pretty local.
Yes.
So let's bring it home, right? Into I'm going to say East Oakley because
Okay.
you are Oakley.
Yep.
Okay, but you would have been East Oakley. No, that would have been Oakley proper.
Mount Waverley used to be East Oakley.
Okay,
up
so-
until about 1970 something.
So I heard about something on Mum and Dad Street,
The microphone's gone.
which
Okay.
is Mount Waverley, Trees Avenue. I can say that. That's fine. Because about 4 or 5 doors down, this occurred at in I think it was 19 diggity. I'm just trying to find the thing right now. Also 1966. So here we go. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Let's just go back here. We might have just joined some dots. April, right, was the UFOs. August was this one.
Mm-hmm.
Melbourne police were called to investigate a report of deafening knocks alternating between knuckles, rapping, and open palms, thumping, right? Tap, 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 thump, thump, thump. Which terrified a family in East Oakley. Within hours, a huge crowd and a 3DB broadcast unit set up camp outside Trees Avenue house as 5 police officers helped Maureen Mathrick, yes, you've been named 25, and her 2 daughters, aged 4 and 2, to locate the source of the knocks and the force and blah, 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 blah. So I watched the documentary. I found a little documentary that was on YouTube. I'm going to put a link up on our Flipper Sticks page. What is it? Turnstile Records Presents Facebook page. People are going to go, what the fuck is this? Listen to the episode. You'll know what the fuck is this.
Fefenous.
No.
So they go into it, right? We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
So they go into this, what happened, and the guy's talking about first-hand account, like he was at the thing, and the interviewer asks him, what's the closest you got to the knocking on the wall? Because it's like weatherboard houses is down one end. It's someone's knocking on the wall on the side of his house on his property, right?
Yeah.
And you've been to our joint. It's just suburbia.
Yep, I've been to where
Just
I grew up.
suburbia.
Yep.
You've been there?
Yep.
Really must go. And tappity tap tap tap, and then by the time he's gone to the front, it's the thumpity thump 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 at the back.
Oh.
So he's like, "Oh, it's the kids in the area." 66. Then it's more. It was a
Nature reserve?
No. They'd converted from the golf course into like housing, a new housing estate.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it was.
So, and it's built quite close to
Indian burial ground.
no, Aboriginal birthing ground, actually, which is at the back of the reserve in this particular area. It's marked on a Aboriginal map that right where we live is where they used to go to have their babies.
Birthing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's sacred area.
Okay.
Yeah? So
Did you know that?
I knew that it was
In proximity.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't know about the birthing thing though. That's
the other thing is on this particular property, because I asked Val, which is our next door neighbour, and she said that there is actually, when they built the house there, that there was a well, the original well.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
An evil well
On that property, same property.
So stay the fuck
Connected? We
Don't need a well
from
because there's
wells.
a creek running.
No, but
behind
we're
them.
talking about from the ye olde days.
Okay, still
You
a
know?
creek.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody gets thrown down the well.
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah,
it fits together.
yeah.
I reckon I'm
Tappy tap tap.
hearing-
But he got to the back door, and he had his hand on the handle, like I'm gonna get these little cunts fucking knocking on my door. Flappy flap, tappity tap, and then he's felt the door go and gone and open it up. That's it. No one there. So it's freaky. So the news got out. Then our street was like, whoosh. You should see how many hundreds of people are there.
Really?
Yeah, to see. So that's the little
History's
poltergeist.
mysteries.
They're calling it the poltergeist. I found.
Or is it
did a bit of,
poltergeist?
or is it?
Is it?
Is it? They did another. Then so I'm thinking like, okay, that could be any kind of ghost story. But then the news article, which I'm trying to pull up right now, tappity tap tap. Here we go. From this is the report. Melbourne, Saturday. A Sydney woman is in Melbourne trying to contact the spirit of her dead husband in a haunted house at East Oakley and out of suburb. So somebody else. The woman, Miss Helen Harris, 33, of number 8, Teresa Street, Smithfield.
That's a lot of names.
That is a lot of names, isn't it? Said today she had made a vow with her husband Arthur before his death last month in a car accident to keep in touch spiritually. Arthur is at the right. Arthur's spirit may have gone to the wrong city because it was in a state of shock.
Oh, because he went to Mount Waverley. He was
It may
supposed to be
be
going to East
frustrated.
Oakley, and it all changed.
Well, I must be frustrated by grief. Mr. Arthur Harris, 40, a bread vendor, was killed in a road accident in Sydney.
Isn't that a baker?
Yes, I believe so. A bread vendor, they used to call it.
Right.
Are you a baker? No.
No.
I just
I don't
work
bake
the
it.
cash register.
I don't fucking bake.
No, I
bread.
just work the cash
Thank you
register.
very much.
Basically, what they're saying is, she's saying, is that it's her dead husband trying to contact her.
That's what
because
she said.
She used to she lived in Teresa Street, Smithfield, and it's occurring at Teresa Avenue, East Oakley. So she's claiming it as her husband.
So the
in this
husband-
report, which is bizarre.
So the husband doesn't know how to read maps in the spirit.
That's
in
right.
the
Oh, he's just
afterlife?
going, it's Teresa something.
And Arthur was never good at reading maps, was he?
He wasn't.
He's a bit
Was
in the head.
Was it Smithfield or East Oakley? I always get those two mixed up. There you go. What? That's the next door. That's the little mysteries. Mysteries. There, right next door.
Is that what you were calling it?
Yeah,
what
maybe.
you call it?
I think so. There you go.
Okay.
Oh, fucking hell! Cash that one in.
It's the poltergeist.
Cash that one in.
North.
South.
East.
West.
No.
North.
South. Start again.
North.
East.
South.
No.
Sorry, do you
The idea of this segment is we're going to spell out the news. North.
East?
West.
I think it's south.
Okay.
It's the news.
There you go. We got it out. That's
Okay.
great. What's in the news?
Well, in breaking news, this is news just for Jeremy.
Oh, thanks.
Oh,
man.
this is where I need a fart sound. Every time you say breaking.
More sad
I thought it was
news.
every time you say Jeremy.
More sad news from the music industry.
Oh, no.
Oh, not more.
Oh.
Kanye West is found alive in his apartment earlier today.
Damn it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cheap,
It's an easy
cheap
get.
laughs.
Yeah. Cheap laughs is great. I'm laughing.
Yeah, there you go. I'll pay that one.
From the Telegraph. On the internet. Just like to cite my sources, you know.
Yeah.
Human heart found in plastic bag at petrol station.
Oh, yeah,
15th
that's where I left
September
it.
2016. Paramedics in Norwalk, Iowa, made a mysterious and grisly discovery last month while parked at a petrol station. A heart wrapped in a plastic bag.
Wrapped in a plastic bag or just in a plastic bag?
It was in a one of those locked
Ew.
bags.
Was it?
Yes.
Ew.
Hung up.
Hung
On a
Off what?
fence.
on a fence.
On a fence.
Did they work out what the deal was?
Well, the story does go on.
Well, could you?
After reporting their find, a dispatcher told them to get rid of it. So they tossed it in a bin, but subsequently retrieved it so a coroner could carry out tests, which seems like the professional thing to do.
Yeah. Stick it in the bin.
That's the
get it
best
out the bin.
advice. I found a human heart. Throw it in the bin.
Yeah.
Don't
just-
bring it back here.
No, piff it out.
Yeah.
Don't open it. It's covered in blood. It's gross.
Quote, we're reasonably certain it was a human heart, 95%, Sergeant Jim Fulton of the Norwalk Police Department told BuzzFeed News. Speaking
Snooze reviews.
to Cleveland 19 News, Fulton said, "This is pretty unusual. We have no idea where it came from. I talked to the Lucas County coroner, I should be American, and she seemed to think that it hadn't been in the field very long, and it could have possibly been frozen prior to that." Okay? So they've got this, I think they've got this under black market, what do they call it? Harvesting situation going on. They've got this heart. Dumbasses have frozen it. It's gone too cold. You know when you get too much ice in the esky?
You try to hang it on the fence to thaw it out.
Yeah.
That's right. So it's been frozen. I've got to make this deal. I've got to get this human heart out to the,
Where is he? I want to go get a pack of smokes. I'll just hang it here on the
ciggies.
fence.
All right, and I've got to get the milk and some, What else is she saying?
Ziploc bags.
Ziploc bags. That's right. For the extra hearts.
And more gloves.
Yep.
Wait a minute. And then they also went on to say, quote, "We don't have a body that we're missing from a heart," added Fulton. "So I guess it's unusual occurrence." You reckon? It goes on. They don't know.
They don't know where it's from.
No,
All right.
we don't want the public to worry. He said, like someone ripping out some people's hearts. We don't think that's the case here.
Okay. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Did you
Yes.
have it's the news?
Other news out of the US. A new breed of flying spider discovered.
Oh Jesus,
Yeah.
we're all doomed.
The greatest nightmare of many has come true. Venezuelan flying spiders have been discovered in Florida. What many thought was impossible is now a frightening reality. Beachgoers fled from Fernando Beach Tuesday after a mid-morning invasion. While many reported bites inflicted, more were injured from the stampede of sheer panic at the sight of a swarm of flying spiders.
Also,
Are they?
It was like a bad movie, like a $1 Million Baby, said one beachgoer. I'm going to read the Bible because it feels like the apocalypse, said another. Police were called in, but their weapons were useless against a spider-covered beach. An army of exterminators was dispatched to bomb the entire coast. Scientists fear that it's just the beginning of a terrifying new reality where flying spiders are real. Dr. Michael Weston, a local expert, warns, if you encounter a flying spider, don't try to reason with it. They're like sharks. They don't stand for reason. Instead, get inside, and if they get inside your home, use a large shoe, then immediately flush it down the toilet. It's the only way to be sure.
just like in Sharknado.
No one knows where the flying spiders came from, but one thing is for sure, we're all going to die.
A 63-year-old karate expert was an unlikely victor of a fight with an angry bear. Police in Japan
All
have
right.
said. So this dude's a ninja.
Bear versus ninja.
Yeah.
Okay, bear versus a ninja. How do you reckon it's going to go? Just in general, cartoon styles.
Bear's going to fucking take him out.
Well, the bear's got quite a
he's-
quite a big slap on him.
Yeah, he's going to rip his throat out.
He has those the scythe, the
But
metal
does the ninja have ninja stars and, like, nunchuckers?
and smoke bombs.
I
And
think all he had was
bombs.
karate.
Okay.
The snarling black bear, reportedly standing at 6 feet 3 inches on its hind legs, set upon him in an unprovoked attack. Well, they generally, attack because they're provoked.
Because you're near it,
Yeah.
and it's a bear.
You're fishing in his hood?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
No shit.
Despite being knocked to the floor, he managed to pick himself up and face his opponent. Rather than fleeing, he used his own deadly fighting skills to take the upper hand, punching the bear between the eyes.
Badass.
Yeah.
That seems to be the go in the wild. Or, punch a shark in its nose or in the eye. Punch a bear right between the... Guys?
Right between the eyes. Guys, hello. The animal then retreated. The end. He won.
The ninja one.
The ninja won.
Okay. Well done, ninja.
He must have fucking shouted as well. Fuck this shit. Go out karate punching. It's a good way to go.
Okay. Well, moving from Japan now to South Korea.
Excellent.
Spider-Man statue removed from South Korean playground because it had a gigantic boner.
More spider
What?
news, Dan.
Yeah,
Gigantic boner.
a gigantic boner. After erecting a statue of Spider-Man
Sarah did that, yeah.
in the South Korean shopping centre, artist
Enos.
That's the shopping centre's name.
Yeah.
It's
artist
terrible. Don't go there.
Yoon Suk Yoo.
Yun suck you.
Yeah.
Enos, you suck you.
Enos. Yoon Suk Yoo
What did you say?
met stiff resistance
Oh.
from the people who run it.
I just gotta. Is that really what it says?
Yeah.
Enos.
Yoon Suk Yoo.
Yun suck you.
Yeah. Yoon Suk Yoo
Right.
met stiff resistance from the people who run it. It seems that they took a long, hard look at this spectacular piece of after suspicions were aroused about its suitability.
Some good writing. up
Yeah.
in
The statue has now been yanked off, despite it being impressively hung on the wall for almost a year. You may feel that he got the shaft, but one hopes that he understands the thrust of the mole's decision. It's mainly because the statue had a giant tumescent penis and people were starting to get weirded out.
Fair enough. So, where's that?
What's that from?
It is South Korea
In a shopping mall?
in a shopping mall.
Well, I've got a list of some of those, some of the stores that are from that shopping mall. All right. Question is,
Send that
my
photo
god,
to
that
us.
really? Can you send that? We'll put that up on the Instagram.
Okay, sure.
Spider-Man, that is a massive boner. That's deliberate. It's so deliberate.
Yeah, well, it's got a little descriptor here. The artist was inspired by he wanted to apply a natural physical phenomenon of a superhero in order to depict what's natural in the morning without the lies and superficialness in a comical way.
Oh
Meaning,
my god, pick your moments,
Can I
mate.
just, can I
Mor-
just see
morning-
that?
morning
Can I
glory.
just see that cock again?
Pick your moments. Oh, this is going to be seen in the morning, so yeah, I'll
it's-
put a boner on him.
It's not that big then, is it? Really? I mean,
So at that shopping mall, some of the restaurants there. Would you like to hear some of their names of the
excellent.
restaurants?
Yep.
I would love to.
Actual restaurant names, and you tell me if you would eat at these restaurants. Liquor Check.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely.
Fu King Chinese restaurant. Dirty Dicks.
Well, I want to see what's going on at Dirty Dicks for sure.
Uh,
Anything could be going on at Dirty Dicks, man. You don't know what's.
well, what about Carmenate? What about Soon Fat Chinese Takeaway?
If you eat it every night, you will
You
be.
will be.
Yeah.
What about eat out at Bunghole? Would you like to do that?
Well, I'd like to try it one time. I guess.
There's a few clever ones like a Thai place called Titanic.
Okay.
Okay.
Puns. You like your pun stuff, Tim, don't you?
Yeah.
But then you got your
That's
Krabby Dick's Marketplace and Grill.
It's punny stuff, Tim.
Correct.
Vagina Tandoori Indian Cuisine.
Hmm.
Wanker's Corner Cafe. Herpes Pizza.
Well, that's so far. I'm out of the
What about,
Herpes Pizza.
Sure you don't want to come down to a creperie, a cafe creperie called the Squat and Gobble.
Oh, that just
We
says
don't have
We don't
chairs.
have chairs. No
Yeah,
chairs.
with no chairs.
It's
Um,
very uncomfortable.
These people have chairs. It's called the Golden Stool Restaurant. And then there's of course there's Cum Den Bar,
Of course there is.
Cabbage and Condoms.
Well, of course you've got to have.
That's-
Cabbage and
uh,
condoms.
the Poo Ping Thai
I
restaurant.
had there last week.
Yeah.
Mm.
The Poo Poo Hot
Yeah.
Pot.
Yeah,
Try
they're-
the cream of some young guy there. It's delicious.
P and Poo Steakhouse. Or maybe you might just want to eat at the Poon Palace.
I always say that.
Always
Yeah.
eat
That's
at
all I
the
want.
Poon
Yeah.
Palace.
Poon Palace for me. Yeah.
what's the weirdest food you've actually eaten
A dog.
from a restaurant? Dog? Okay.
Not from a restaurant. You got your.
Lamb's brains.
Oh yeah, had
Frog's
lamb's brains
feet.
once.
Frog's legs.
Mm-hmm.
In Bali, you really must
what
go.
really weirds me out. It's not the meat. I'll eat the meat off anything, of any bone.
I heard that about you.
It's the sea crustaceans. You know the spiky guy. You see that?
Yeah,
see that
sea
guy
urchins.
with this?
Yeah.
That's
You
got
got
the
your,
spiky.
you got your lobster.
Or your sea cucumber. But if you squeeze them, all the water comes out of it. Yeah, that's where I'm
Yes.
kind of. And I'll eat anything.
There you go. That's restaurants for you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What's your favourite restaurant? Generally, if you're going to go, boom, let's go out quick.
There's one across the road called Poo Hing.
Yes, there is, isn't there?
And after eating it, you run straight to the toilet for one.
For a golden stool.
Yeah.
The Golden Stool. What about My Dung? My Dung?
Yeah.
Great.
What about
That was backwards talk,
you
by the
got
way.
you got your church? Yeah, you go to church. You go to church. No, don't answer that. What about you, Jexbot? Don't answer
church.
that. The signs they sometimes have out the side of
Can
your
I
old
answer that one?
church on your old
Yes.
Jexbots there?
Inspirational advice.
Inspirational
and,
advice from
come
fellow
in.
fellow Christian.
Come to the Lord.
From the big fella up. Oh, smite me, oh mighty smiter.
You sounded like Alan Richter just then. Bored? Try the missionary position.
Okay.
No?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm liking it, yeah.
I'm still
It's
bored.
good. It's a bit risque for a
It is,
church,
isn't it?
isn't it?
Anglicans, I bet.
Try Jesus. If you don't like him, the devil will have you back.
The hell seems a lot
Yeah,
better.
that's deep south talk.
I do like this. Come hear a zombie story with a lot less annoying bickering than The Walking Dead.
Okay,
You
yeah.
watch Walking Dead?
Yes, love
Don't
it.
answer that.
Can we just go sidebar on the Fear the Walking Dead?
Yeah, I gave up. It was just driving me insane. I couldn't handle it. I wanted to punch pretty much every character, and I couldn't wait for them all to die.
Best way to cut a budget in a show is do 18 episodes on a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all a bit.
Busy.
It's all a bit rotten, a bit stinky. The whole idea of that show.
I'll still watch
How
it.
can it be?
You still watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm up to date with it.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, I just couldn't handle it anymore. I just
How can it be so
just
rushed?
wanted
Corey
them
Haim
all
character.
dead.
The Corey Haim guy.
Slow.
Corey versus Corey. The main kid in it reminds me of Corey Haim.
The guy keeps painting himself with blood.
That's the guy.
Yeah,
Little-
he's
little
actually
Johnny Depp.
he's actually the only character I like. I want to kill everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that the way it's supposed to be anyway?
No, because I'm fond of every character in The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, right, okay.
Oh, and I just purchased the Walking Dead game Part 2. That's the best. I
what,
feel
are we
more for
talking
the
on-
characters in that animation game,
Okay,
than the Fear the Walking Dead.
okay.
Fear the Walking Dead, I go back. That's exactly what it is.
Okay. Should I keep going with this?
Yeah, go on.
This is a quote from God. Don't make me come down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. God said that. Jesus is the rizzle for the sizzle. Well, this one's encouraging.
They don't even know why they're saying
Honk if you love Jesus. Text while driving if you want to meet him.
That's good. Yeah,
Mm.
like that's
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah, road safety message.
You
Yeah,
get your double fister on that
Yeah.
one.
So we could break one off to the
put a pin in that.
Yeah,
Fefenous.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There we go.
Today on the show, we're going to make Fefenous.
Fefenous.
Hmm.
Tim and I got it.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, doing it at the end.
So
is-
the Instagram account,
yeah.
which I just uploaded
Well, you-
130 photos.
I was going to say you were coming in pretty hard, but I loved it. I loved every second of it.
Well,
You
I
should
had
get
to-
up there. There's good photos up in there. And it
Instagram.
Well,
explains
they're
what
all, it's a visual guide to the podcast.
it is.
Yeah, yeah. It was a real treat for the senses. Your recent upload. Just
Yeah, so if you were already a friend, that would have been a bit frustrating.
I know I enjoyed each and every.
Did you get a ding
flick-
for each one?
Flick of my.
But did you get a ding warning saying Instagram's been updated, updated,
don't-
updated,
no,
updated,
no.
updated?
No,
No,
no.
it's more of a.
I think you got to. Well, for the Fefenous, if that is happening on your Instagram feed, just go
with it.
notifications and just turn off the alerts. So
Yeah.
you can, and the address is Tim up there in.
For the Instagram at Escape Potters.
Mm.
If you put that into Instagram, you'll just find it.
Which is also the Twitter
It is the Twitter.
tag.
Yeah.
And I found out that I actually signed up to Twitter right at the get go, and I think I might own Escape Pods.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
So has Escape Pods?
That's
The
a-
Escape Pods has been liking our stuff.
that's
I think that's the other dudes.
The other Escape
Yeah, you know
Pods.
when you choose a graffiti name or a
Mm-hmm.
hip hop name, and there's already 40,000 other people with the same name.
Yeah.
Yep.
We might have to quit the show.
And I met somebody the other day at a gig.
Yep.
He goes, "Oh yeah, because because I've been meaning to meet you. I'm like, oh, who are you, mate? You're right. He goes, oh, well, my name's Relic. I went, oh, yeah, because that's my DJ name.
Mm-hmm.
And
you're a DJ, Tim.
yes, I am.
Go
really
fuck
must,
yourself.
really must. No requests. So where do you write? I said, no, I'm not a writer. I was a graffiti writer because I'm messing with the kids of the street. Mm-hmm. And he's been writing Relics, same spelling. He's like, oh, because every time I write it up, all my mates are saying like, no, that's that DJ dude. No, you can't. I said, oh yeah, cool. So how old are you, mate? He goes, oh, 20. I said, well, that's how long I've had the name for. Right. Yeah. Right. So I've had the name for as long as this dude's been alive.
Yeah. Fefenous on that.
Did I ever mention that I was turned 40 the other day? Yep.
Great.
I'm really starting to feel like it. They're all catching up to me.
Yeah.
So that's the Instagram, and then Facebook. Turnstile Records presents.
And Twitter.
Just get on it, like it, share it. If you see something you like it.
Or don't.
Don't just look at it and like it and go, just
cares?
hit like.
Tell you what, though, Tim, I'll be here next week still.
Gonna, yeah.
You will?
Regardless of...
likes or no likes.
Likes or no likes.
Yep, I'll come back. It's like a little podding family.
I'm going to pod one right here.
Mm.
So, all right, so that's kind of where you can find us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Talking about throwing the idea around of T-shirts, which you'll probably see soon.
Yep.
One each.
For a certain amount of money.
Yeah, and then coming up pretty soon, I think we're going to do another Steez. I think we're due for another Steez.
Good. And we are going to wrap up this season 2 Electric Boogaloo at episode 44. Don't know when this one's going to drop.
Yeah. But this is, what is it?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I think this is 39? Yeah.
39-ish.
Do we have a name? Something Melbourne centric? Naming rights?
Let's call it Tourism Victoria's fucking ad campaign.
Melbourne, you really must go.
Melbourne, you really must go. All right, that's great.
Yeah, I like it.
Good. All right, well, I'm gonna sign off. Timmy Taco.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out too. I'm Danoz. But before I do leave, let me leave you with a little mind hole fuck. What would happen if Magneto tried to pick up Thor's hammer?
Magnetized.
That's a good. Is Thor's hammer made out of
a magnetic? Yeah, it is.
Seems kind of
rock, isn't it?
Metally.
Would he never be able to let go of it?
I don't know.
He smashed through the old... maybe they could just piggyback off each other.
If you think you know the answer to that, you can win yourself a snow globe. And we won't be mailing those out anytime soon. So get on board. We already signed off, so yeah.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Bye.
Did you go to check?
Ship will self-destruct in exactly 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Who are you? 1 pod left, and 3 of us.
The escape pod. The escape pod.
What if there are droids in the escape pod? The sensors wouldn't pick them up.
Escape puzzle sounds really nice. Well, boys, it's a very lovely ship. I think you should look out. Goodbye.